Awesome. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I am kind of shocked. It is almost mid-July. It's kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. I feel like time has been going very quickly this month, especially. I want to honor you for taking the time to be on here. I always start off a call with honoring you guys because I think it's very important. I know that it takes time away from whatever else you could be doing with your life, your kids, your family, your Netflix, whatever that is. You could be doing other things, and I want you to know that it's really important that you're here, you're plugged in. The Buckmans are in the pool, but they're here, and it's amazing. I feel like that's totally inspiring. But I want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you. And this is a big part of what creates success here is that consistency component. And so with that said, you guys, I'm really excited for our call today. We have an amazing guest going to be sharing some solid gold with us. We are going to finish the second half of the call with hearing from the team, hearing the stories from you guys of what you're able to do. I see a little one waving, hi. What you're able to do with this business, how this business has impacted your life, what types of changes it's bringing into your life. We want to hear from you guys. Before we jump into that, I want to give you a few reminders. So we're not quite halfway through the month. And if you're running for a new goal or a new rank or the $200 cab bonus, you have so much time as long as you get to going, okay? So I want to give you a few reminders, some things to remember and keep in mind. We have the double cab bonuses happening this month. So that means that the normal cab bonuses are if you bring in 3 new dose customers, you're going to earn a $25 bonus on top of your commissions. If you bring in 5, it's normally $50. If you bring in 7, it's normally $100. It's double this month, okay? Meaning it is $50, $100, I had to think about that, $50, $100, and $200 bonuses on top of your commissions. So make sure that you take advantage of that. Even if you've been in the business for a while, sometimes it's really easy to miss the 7 dose customer bonus. I see some very sweet comments. Thank you guys very much. I love and appreciate you. But keep in mind, like, even if you've been in the business for a while, sometimes you're like, it's okay, I'll get customers later or whatever that may be. And then you miss your bonus. You don't want to miss your bonus, guys. Don't leave that money on the table. It's extra special that this month it is $200. Don't leave that on the table. Think about what that $200 will mean to you or your family. That's something that we really go for. Okay. So I encourage you to do the same. The other thing is the first time rank up bonuses are still here. I don't know that they're going to be here forever. Okay. So make sure that you take advantage of that. Hold on one sec, guys. Let me mute everybody out. Okay. I think I got it. So make sure you're taking advantage of the first time rank bonus. They're huge. If it's star, it's $250. If it's, or no, scratch that. Is it 100? I'm messing up here. It's 100. Bronze is $250. Silver is $500. Gold is $1,000. Platinum is $2,000. Almost really messed that up. Point of the story, go for a new rank. If you're running for it, don't give up. We have more than half of the month left. I love long months, you guys. An extra day to run is always a good thing. So yes, take advantage of the awesome bonuses. The other thing is we have the Happier and the Happiest pack available to all Ellapreneurs. Normally, they're only available when you're just getting started. Right now, they're available to everyone, and the volume counts towards your rank. Guys, we built this business on samples. Those packs provide many samples. If you're able to, grab one. If you're not, that's okay. But just know that if you're planning to sample, it's a really good investment. So hop on those. Awesome. I see lots of people hopping on. Excited about that. I think that's all of the announcements I really had. The other thing is our convention is happening on the 18th on Saturday. Really exciting. If you can, block out your day for that so you don't miss any of the exciting updates. There's going to be a product release, which I'm very excited about. There's going to be really great information released, some really exciting updates coming up. And here's the thing, typically what I was taught by Ricky and Chris is that when we were having like actual conventions, before this whole thing, the lesson, and I guess the rule of thumb within network marketing, is every person that goes to convention with you on your team, they would grow their business by at least $1,000 following that. And so point being, if you encourage your team to be on this virtual convention, meaning personally, I love the virtual stuff. I'm a mom. Obviously, you guys know that. I've got like 100 kids. It's hard for me to get away. So when things are virtual, I'm kind of excited about it. I mean, I'll miss being able to hug people and see you all, but the fact that it's virtual just makes it easier for more people to get on. So please make sure you're taking the time to send the text or make the phone call, let your team know about the convention happening on Saturday, and to be on. There's going to be details on how to participate in that very soon, so stay tuned. Okay, without further ado, I'm very excited to introduce our special guest. Y'all know her, y'all love her, she's amazing. She is a leader who leads from the front, you guys, and what that means is that she's super consistent. She's always on the trainings. She's always leading with positivity, and she's always super, super coachable. And here's the kicker, and why she's the one that's going to be teaching this specific topic, is she has an incredible conversion rate on samples. Like, amazing. Okay. I won't steal the thunder. I'll let her tell those stats. But without further ado, Nancy Willette is going to be sharing, setting the expectation and giving us some tips on converting samples. All right, Nancy, go for it, girl. Hello, Nancy. I don't know what's happening. Where is she?
Okay, never mind. We'll start over. Hi, guys. I was still muted. So thank you for hopping on and sharing your Tuesday night. I'm going to try to give you some nuggets, if nothing else, but some value, hopefully. Gosh, I've been in the business just over a year. I'd never, ever done a network marketing company, but I did have some pretty darn good training as a financial advisor. They used to just put us through all these training programs and all these personal development programs. And you know what? I'm really super grateful now, because my heart is not there. My heart is here with the coffee business. But I've been able to apply a few of the things that I learned from that business. So if you want a little bit of point of reference on how super simple this business is, I used to be told that I had to make 40 cold phone calls a day to set 10 new customer appointments. I had to keep 5 customer appointments a day, right, in order to get to the success. And I looked tonight, I was going to show you my tracking book I kept as a financial advisor, because it was just all numbers, right? And parts were highlighted, and it was so detailed. And I had to go every month and report these to my peer accountability group of 7 people. Guys, this is so simple and so fun. And I was so blessed that, really within 9 months, sorry, I'm tearing up already. I said I wasn't going to do that. I was pretty much able to replace my income. And I have now, I can say it publicly, I have transitioned all of my financial clients to a colleague. So I guess I'm retired from that and just having a blast doing this. So, what keeps me going is those texts, the texts from people that after they've tried it and they say, oh my gosh, is this legal? I love those, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I got so much done. I chased my grandkids around or my kids around, and I cleaned closets, and I did this. And so I am happy to share with you what I have applied and what I have learned in the last year about how to get samples to convert and how to get new customers, really. when Max launched, I had been part of the focus group, and I could not wait to tell people because it did so much for me. It was the brain boost I needed. It was the energy. I lost 7 pounds. I was just like, I love this stuff, right? That carried forward when we launched the 4-day trial packs, sample packs. And so I started running in stories, you know, the sequence of images that all the creative types here so graciously share with us, and sticking a poll on the end. And I couldn't believe the results I was getting. I had done a short live right before conference in April when we were launching Max. And I had just gone on and said, I am so excited. And I mean, I watched that live back and that excitement came through. It was like, wow, okay. No wonder people were asking for samples. But I also decided to get more sophisticated and a little more prudent. I was not going to just send samples willy-nilly. So I really committed to using my process. And it's really just our simple script and our simple system. But I had gotten sloppy, you know, as my team grew, I started going, oh, my customers, they're okay. They'll wait. I got to focus on my team. I got to help my team grow. I got to help them hit their next rank. So this time I thought, you know what? I had asked Melissa, how can I inspire my team? And she said, go do the things and show them how it's done. And I went, that's brilliant. So I decided to see what I could do with these Max trial packs. And I was able to convert 12 out of 15 samples. Yeah, I know, I was happy. So how I did it. The first thing I did, anybody that asked me anything about the coffee, before I even replied, they went in your cup of happy. Then I messaged them and said, hey, gosh, I'm super busy. I added you to my private customer testimonial page. Once you accept the invite, I can tag you in the basic video and then we'll go from there, right? That's it. Get them in the page, tag them in the basic video, then circled back with them and said, what are you interested in the coffee about? What resonated with you? Because I have to know. If I don't know why they want this coffee and what they're hoping to find, when they tell me it didn't work and they didn't lose weight in 4 days, I'm going to go, of course it didn't, you ding dong. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit flip with my people. It's like, well, what did you think? It was a magic pill and a magic. So I actually interact with people just like I would talk. And I do say that. So I get them in the Your Cup of Happy page. I will not send a sample. I said, I am not sending samples unless they accept my invite. So several people said, are my samples on the way? And I said, no, because I can't tag you yet, which means you didn't accept my invite. So yeah, I was that much of a stickler about it. Once I could tag them, I said, great, once you see the video, give me a quick thumbs up. I want you to give me a response on that tag. Then I find out what they want and I say, great, yes, that's all very possible. I'm so excited for you, right? I'm keeping up the enthusiasm. And I said, I'm gonna go tag you in a couple of my friends' posts that I know will make sense to you. You need to check those out. Okay, now I have started the samples. I'm ordering the samples online to be sent, right? And that was the easiest thing in the world because I am the person that used to drive around with sample packs under the passenger seat for days and not be able to figure out why my person didn't get their samples. It's like, well, I sent those. I'm sure I dropped them in a mailbox. So for me, the app is fabulous. Now I'm going to message them and I'm going to say, your samples are on the way. I don't know if you're a coffee snob like me, but I want to give you a heads up that we do not drink this for the taste. We drink it for the benefits. So whatever you have to do when you get your samples, just get it in you. I have literally told people to put it in a shot glass and take it as a shot. I don't care, you know, and then just drink lots of water afterwards. I tell people, please let me know the day your samples arrive, so I may coach you through your 4-day trial pack. Very often, small tweaks as to amount or timing can make a big difference. Okay, now I have established myself as a coach. Part of the reason I do that is it's Google prevention. Now they know they're going to want me involved with them. They're not going to just get the samples, get the product name, go Google it, go do wherever they go, and that they're going to want to stay connected with me because I'm going to help them. I also tell them, this is something I have figured out in the last few weeks, people. Do not let them add the Max or whichever product it is to their coffee. I have a new theory that if they're adding it to their regular brew, they are actually getting too much caffeine and it is dampening the impact of the nootropics. So I've had people say, I don't feel it, I don't feel it. And I say, how are you mixing it? And they're like, I put it in my coffee. I say, oh, that's the problem. And they're like, what? And I said, yeah, no, you just need to mix it with water. I said, I want you to mix it with water, add your sweetener, creamer, whatever else you have to do, and then wait 30 minutes, and then you can have your regular cup of coffee if you want. So that's made a big difference for me. The other thing is our directions say that they should take the Xanthomax at the same time, and I never do that. I tell my people I want you to take the Xanthomax in the mid-afternoon, because we find that people typically have one of two reactions. You're either going to get a zing or you're going to get a zen. And we don't know which you are until you try it. So better to take it in late afternoon and find out if you're going to get relaxed, so relaxed that you are sleepy, than to take it in the morning and not feel the energy and focus that comes from the coffee. So yeah, zing or a zen. It's just an easy way to explain that. And I borrowed it from one of my downline teammates. She came up with it, so I have to give Amy credit for that one. So then I tell them, the other thing I want you to keep in mind is that most people don't notice the full benefits in 4-day trial. Okay. I'm setting them up. I said, typically it takes people between 15 and 30 days to feel and notice the full benefits. Now, keywords that I'm using: typically, usually, normally. Everyone wants to be typical and normal and usual. They want to go with the crowd. So I am setting them up to be part of the group, okay, to do what everyone else does. Then I tell them, once they get their samples and they've reached out to me, right, and they've said, okay, I took it the first day, you know, I noticed more energy, maybe some focus. Now what? I say, keep going, right? And you're gonna wanna order a 30-day trial, because you're one of the lucky few that felt something on day one. Now I'm making them feel super special. They are like, yes, I'm in the winners group. But if I do tell people, I say, you know, only 20% of the people feel something within a 4-day trial pack. So that then and it is true, right? So now I have covered my bases, because the 3 primary objections that people are going to have is taste. I don't like the taste. Price. Now I'm telling them these products are $3.35 a day to use. So less than a Starbucks or a coffee shop coffee with a whole lot more benefits. What I have done, and I was trained to do as a financial advisor, is make a budget trade-off for them. So what I have done is mentally connected it with something they do in their daily life that costs about $3. So now they can find a way to afford it. I'm saying $3.35 a day less than a Starbucks with a whole lot more benefits. Okay, mentally they're like, oh, I could find $3, right? And that is the dose. If you put it on Smart Ship, you can do the math. But it's before shipping and tax. Tax is dependent on the state that you live in. So now, before they've finished their trial pack, I have covered taste, price. And now when they tell me they didn't feel anything, I'm going to say, nope, I didn't think you would. And they go, what? Like, yeah, no, I didn't think you would. It was only a 4-day trial pack. Are you ready to do a 30-day trial? That's it. I have now transitioned to, and I have done that up front quite successfully. I have told people, here, you're in your cup of happy. You saw the testimonials. You know, I can send you a 4-day trial pack, but you're probably better off to do a full 30-day trial because it comes with a money-back guarantee. So if I send you a 4-day trial pack, with the way mail and shipping is going right now, it's going to take 10 days. It's really going to delay you truly getting the full experience. So unless you're going to tell me that money is super tight right now, I would encourage you to go on. I'm going to send you my link. I'll tell you what to order. And I want you to order the full 30-day dose. I tell them what to do. People want you to tell them what to do. They really, really do. They don't want to get to the website, first of all, and have that shock of $100 and go, oh my God, I didn't know it was $100. When they get there and I've told them it's $3.35 a day, they are in their head and they go, oh yeah, Nancy said it's about $3.35 a day. Okay, well, yep, I can do that. So I have converted people asking for samples to instant orders quite frequently. But if they then balk and don't place the order, I will circle back with them in about 3 days. If I don't see the order come in and they said they were going to order, I just message them and say, hey, let me know if you need help. I will happily help you place your order. Then if I don't see the order come in, then I'll say, okay, clearly something's wrong. Maybe I should go ahead and send you that 4-day trial pack, because I know once you try this, you are definitely going to want it. It's that good. So what happens, what my follow-up process is, the last day of their trial, I am asking them if this is something they're ready to get started on. Okay, gotta ask. You don't ask, nothing's gonna happen. I also do not send my link to place an order right away. I'm holding that back until they're in your cup of happy and they've seen the basic video. And I've been able to take them through the parts of overcoming the taste objection and the price objection and the no immediate results. Those are the 3 primary objections. So once I handle all of those, then I'll say, here's my link. Go ahead and order the dose max or the dose lemonade, whatever it is. Once I get ghosted, or if I'm following up and they're not responding, okay, let's say that on the last day of their trial, they don't answer me. My next message would be day 3. I wait a couple days and I say, you know, I'm just really trying to get your feedback. about the samples. I'm hoping it went well, but if you didn't get a chance to try it, that's okay too. Just let me know. Then day 6, okay, every other day or every 2 days, and I am using my phone calendar. I am creating appointments, and I try to move people through my process in groups of 10 or 15, sometimes 20, so that I kind of know where everybody's at. That way I can put a note in my phone about follow-up Julie, Sally, Scott, and Fred, and I can put it in a 30-minute block. It's not going to take 30 minutes, but that's kind of how much time I allot. If I'm still ghosted, okay, day 3, day 6, day 8, I leave a voice clip that says, "Hey, Sally, I'm feeling a little awkward. You had asked about samples. I sent them. I'm assuming that you tried them, but for whatever reason, I know we're both really, really busy, but I would love to hear back from you, and I would appreciate, a reply. I'm not trying to be a pest. I'm just trying to be professionally persistent. Please let me know." That's it. Now, a voice clip is much more personal because you can use voice inflection and tone, and it's you. They can hear sincerity. They can hear that you're not being a hard-ass used car salesman, that kind of a thing. Did I just say that? Sorry. Okay, so if my follow-up, which is every 3rd day, by 14 days later, right, 2 weeks after, and I'm still just completely ghosted, I go to their profile, I'm following them, right, and I change it from default to see first, because that poor person now has a stalker. And I am going to stalk them on their page. And every story and every post, I am going to be in their face, because clearly they're feeling badly about something. I think they might have lied to me about trying the samples, or they haven't tried them, or they're sitting on their kitchen counter under the pile of mail. So I am going to just love on them, ask questions. Oh, and their stories, and a lot of my people are in the fishing world, right? The fly fishing world, so I am just, every fish picture they post, right? We call them grip and grins. They're holding a fish. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what a great fish. Which river was that? Which lake was that? I mean, I just ask darn questions all the time. Then I let it sit. And at about day 30, I send them a private message and just say, "Hello? I am still loving my coffee. Did you miss out?" I mean, I just have fun with it, guys. Why not? I am so not attached to the outcome. And that's the beauty of it. This is truly, truly a game to me. And this is a fun, simple game. I mean, remember the book I told you about for financial services where I had to track all this stuff? That was work. This is a game. So I have fun with it. One last tip. If you have someone that has any chronic health issues, I ask them right up front to please make a 90-day commitment, and I will work with them to help them get the best results. Very often I am asking people with any chronic inflammation, any autoimmune disorders, anything like that, to take 2 Xanthamax a day, right from the get-go. Oh, and migraines. Like, I have an attorney client, and she started with me 2 weeks after I started. And she has ordered every month for herself and her 2 daughters. Do I love her? Yes. Do I take her out to lunch? Yes. But she suffered from migraines horribly. Like, she was going to have to quit her private law practice because she was having to reschedule so many court appearances that the clerk of court said, hey, the judge is not wanting to schedule for you anymore because you keep getting sick. So she started on 1 Xanthamax. She did the full 30 days, and she said, I had less intense or severe migraines, and I had a few less, but it didn't do the trick. And I said, okay, do me a favor, Jennifer. I want you to do 2 Xanthomax a day. And for the next month, I want you to order again, and I want you to order 2 Xanthomax. And if this doesn't work this time, I will personally buy back your product from you or give you back your money. How much conviction is that? Right? I was that certain if I could convince her to keep going, that this would help her. That was 1.5 years ago. She hasn't missed a month. She has had 1 small headache. She didn't classify it as a migraine. So anyway, each person's different. Most of you aren't going to run into big health issue people, but everybody's concerned about something, right? So it's just good to keep in your back pocket that 2 Xanthomax a day is always a good starting point for arthritis, lupus, MS, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, any of those words that we can't really like post and claim that we're going to help for compliance reasons. I can say it here, I think, right? Anyway, trigger words again, typically, normally, usually, very powerful words. And just have fun. That's all I got, Melissa. Was that helpful?
Oh my gosh, are you joking me? That was absolutely incredible. I wish you could see all of the chats. It's hard to like even stay focused. All of the chats are blowing up right now with every little tip that people have gathered from this training and how excited they are about it. Thank you so much.
Oh,
like
cool.
So much value.
I'm glad it was helpful. That's
yes.
Great.
So helpful. I appreciate you doing that so much. Maybe we can even create some sort of like a written format of this. You guys, when the recording is done, we'll add this into the units under the sample section where it's like just tips and tricks for converting samples by Nancy, because this is just solid gold. Nancy, seriously.
Okay. Awesome. Thank
Amazing.
You. Well, and can I help you segue to your next topic about
yes, please.
What our compensation means to me? Now I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm not gonna. When I started in this business, I had been out of work for 14 months and my disability company had not paid. And I had literally gone through all of my personal money. When I ordered my first dose of coffee, I had $300 to my name. I mean, that was it, right? I had already cashed out retirement stuff to pay medical bills. I just thought I would do enough to get mine for free because I kind of needed it free. And my first month, I got 32 new customers and I went, oh. So I made a good chunk of money and I had to then go report it because I am a licensed securities broker and that's a big deal to have outside income. And anyway, as I mentioned earlier, I am fully retired from that side of the business, happily, so glad. And like my last paycheck, I will be leaving. It paid all of my monthly living expenses. And I will be spending 2 weeks in Alaska with my son, fishing and, of course, meeting with my Alaska teammates. So anyway, I just could not be more grateful because, number one, I got my whole life back. And number two, I have a financial security that I had lost for about 1.5 years. So that's it.
Just amazing. Your story from the physical transformation and life change you've had to the financial side and to you just giving that back. You guys, just so everyone understands, like Nancy doesn't benefit from y'all killing your business. Like there's so many sidelines here that she's willing to pour into. And I just want you to know that we all appreciate that so much, Nancy.
Oh.
I see so many of you taking notes very quickly. If you didn't take notes, I cannot for the life of me find one sheet of paper in this little vacation house that we're in. I'm like, dear God, there's like, I was about to use a paper plate and I'm like, whatever, I'm going to listen to the replay and do it again. make sure you circle back and take notes on this. This was absolutely incredible. So thank you, Nancy, for sharing.
Thank you all.
Yes, your tips and tricks as well as your story. It's so powerful. Guys, on coffee chat this morning, the theme was about gratitude and talking about, what this business has done for so many people. And I don't know about you guys, but that's the stuff, man. Like, that's the stuff that just really goes straight to my heart, getting to know what this business is doing for people. Obviously, our products are phenomenal. They're impactful. We're all here because of that. But when you get to actually impact somebody's life, even with the financial side of that, it's beyond words. And so with that said, I did ask, people to volunteer to share what this business has done for them. So if you'd like to share how this business has impacted you, please raise your hand. We're going to call on you guys. I want you guys to keep this in mind. A lot of what we do here is we share stories, okay? You need to get really good at memorizing other people's stories. You need to also get really good at sharing your own story. When I'm on like a prospect call or somebody has any sort of interest in this business, I will ask them. I first listen by asking a good question, which is, tell me about yourself. What's your interest in the business? What aspects are you interested in? And I stop and I pause and I listen to them. I ask, if this is something you would decide to do, what would you like to see happen? And I want to hear what their goals are, what their dreams are. And I'm still listening, right? And I'm listening for little clues. I'm listening to see what relatable items they are sharing with me with my long list of stories that I have memorized from different people on the team, okay? I don't go into all kinds of crazy information. I'll lightly touch on our system, lightly touch on what this product does, and I kind of give them an idea of what we have that will serve them and help them. But then I go straight into stories of what relates to their need and their want. If it's a single mom and they're talking about, they need some extra, whether it's a little extra income or a lot of extra income, I'm going to share Curie's story. If it's, somebody who struggled with health things, I'm going to share Nancy's story. I mean, I have so many stories. The magic is in the stories, you guys. So the more stories that you can memorize, put in your back pocket, and just have ready to share with somebody who needs that hope from somebody else's story, that is what we do, okay? I want you to take this next part really seriously. And if there's a story that speaks to you, memorize that. Have that excitement, stick it in your back pocket, and then go share it with the world, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get into those stories. I'm really excited. Corynne, if you'd like to unmute, I would love to hear from you, girl.
Hi. So I'm going to be super fast because I've got 3 little ones that are like chomping at the bit. I just wanted to share really quick, a little bit for me. I came into this business. I've never done direct sales, nothing like this. I was like the ultimate, don't talk to me about it. I'm not going to do it. No way, no how, won't do it. And when I first had my first sample, I was like, okay, I'm going to climb to the top of the mountain and I'm going to scream to everybody that every mom needs this right now, because I was struggling. Home with 3 kids. I was in a new area. My husband's a nurse. He works, crazy hours, and he makes pretty good money, but we were still struggling. We were renting and trying to save for a home, and every month we were like just making it. I was like, oh, we can't get away. I'm trying to like sell the kids old clothes, making bundles, doing all these things. There's one. And so I just started. I didn't know what I was doing. I was lost. And I started with the, following the system and following the script. And by my 3rd month, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna pay for Christmas like by myself, no credit card. And by my 6th month, I got my monthly check, and I was like, oh my gosh. My husband came home. I might cry. My husband came home from work, and I said, babe, I made the rent. And that was really huge. I have a bachelor's degree. I decided to stay home with my kids. I wanted to work. I wanted to finish my master's, and but I really wanted to be home with my kids. It was important to me, and so I made that choice. And this has been crazy. Like, it just, you know, even on the months where it's not, maybe, you know, 1 month is busier and you do a little better, it's still like, I just got to, you know, my husband's working COVID unit. It's crazy for him. He's so stressed out. And he came home. I'm like, okay, you've got a couple days off. We're going to take a little trip. And we went away for 24 hours. I booked a really nice hotel room because I was paranoid about it being clean. And I was like, and we went to dinner and no stress. Like, I didn't have to plan for it. I didn't have to think, okay, well, I'm going to like take a little bit of this, or I'll pay this bill later. It was just done. And I, you know, we got to bring stuff home for the kids, and we've done that a few times during all this. So, you know, it's just, it's like anybody can do this. I mean, if you've been on the phone with me, like, my kids are crazy. They're all over the place. And I'm doing this with 3 kids. I'm on the phone. I'm having the calls. I'm, you know, making sure I'm posting my stories and staying on top of it, because I don't want to go back to a 9-to-5 job. I would have to start all over again. I don't want to do that. My kids are little. I want to be home until they're all in school, if they go back to school. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share, because it's been huge. It's like blown my mind. It's blown my mind. And I just, you know, I know there's a lot of mamas out there who spend their time trying to like sell old clothes and old toys and all that stuff. And it feels so good not to do that anymore. It feels so good to just be like, you know what? I don't need that $60. Here you go. Here's a big bag of clothes. And so that's it.
Wow, girl. Like, seriously, amazing. I could not be more happy for you. I'm so proud of you for digging in, even though it's difficult as a mom with 3 little kids, and you just show up and you do the things. I'm so, so happy for you. And thank you for being willing to share and be vulnerable, because that's the good stuff right there. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Corynne. Okay, guys. So Ryan, I see your hand raised if you'd like to share.
Hi, everyone. I don't know how I'm going to follow that. That was awesome, Corynne. I'm a mama of 2, and I'm a full-time high school teacher. I've been teaching for 15 years. I live in the Bay Area, and for any of you that are not in the state of California, the traffic is just every bit as crazy as, you know, you see the pictures. And so I spent, you know, the last 10 years driving an hour to and from work, clipboards in the car with my kiddos, like having to stop at Target on the way, halfway, if they had to go to the bathroom just to get home. I mean, it was just like nuts. So I really wanted to just help people, because that's like my nature. I'm totally a yellow. I'm a giver. I'm a helper. And I had an incredible testimony with this product. I really wasn't looking for it as a business, but when I saw the potential, I thought, okay, if this can help me to shave off that commute and give me a little bit more time with my kiddos and afford me some of the extra things, because it's really freaking expensive to live in the Bay Area. It's a struggle. And my husband's very successful, and by any means, like on paper, we make a good amount of money, but the bills are ridiculous. I mean, and we're not irresponsible. We don't carry a lot of debt, but I had bigger goals too for my family, of just being able to save and put money aside into retirement. And what I've seen happen in the last 6 months, I really doubted was even possible. I just hit gold, and when I walked into this whole scenario, because I came from one other MLM company before this that was a total flop, you guys, a dud, total flop, like did not have any success at all. I lost more money than I made, and just I'm still sitting with boxes of product. It's ridiculous. But Gabby and Stacy both, you know, gave me a belief and have been by me every second of every day that I've needed help, they've been there. And the system is simple and it works. And if you just do the things and divorce yourself from the outcome and get out of your own way, it happens. It's happening. I'm still kind of in shock. I looked at my paycheck last night. Stacy put something in the group chat like, "It's payday. Look at your paycheck." And I was speechless. I didn't even say anything. I just walked over to my husband and I showed him my phone, and he looked at me and was like, "Was that for the whole month?" And I was like, "No, that's just one of like a couple of different paychecks that I'm getting this month." And he got up, high-fived me, and was like, "Damn, you've arrived." Like, "You're doing it. You're crushing it." He was so proud. And, it's just like, it's been a big weight off of our shoulders. I mean, like I said, he's successful, but his industry, just like any other, has taken a big hit during this time. I'm, 80% loss in commissions and revenue and sales. And it's just, life is crazy right now. People need this emotionally, mentally, physically. And if it can help them financially too, win, 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 win.
Wow.
Anyways, that's all I have.
Girl, so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that. What's funny is like when I feel like a lot of times if the wife is starting a business and the husband's like just really skeptical, he doesn't want you to get hurt, but he also doesn't want to lose money. When the money starts showing up, they're like, "Oh, hey, like, yeah, amazing job. I'm totally on board with this. I supported you all along." Like, tends to be like when the money shows up, the men are like, "Oh, okay, I see it now. I get it." And then they turn into a phenomenal supporter. Love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that. It's so relatable. Every bit of it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's see. Carmela, you're up next.
Hey, how's my favorite mentor in the whole world?
Hey.
Hi. Okay, so your question was, what has the coffee brought into your life, right? What has this business done for you? So I'm going to show you, right? And some of you already know this. This is where we live. We have a lake. We have the boat. We're in a really fabulous place like a resort. But we have been dreaming of living in this place for about 10 years. And we looked at it 10 years ago and it was out of reach for us. So I just want to share this with you. It's very, very beautiful. I really want to take you for a tour. It's really extraordinary here. And I want you to understand that I'm just your example of anything is possible. I had a career in television shopping for 30 years on camera, selling things, pitching things to people, helping people shop for their birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. And it came to a wrap, so to speak. And I stepped out on the balcony where we used to live, which was 6 times smaller than the one we're in now. And I prayed to God to show me what I'm supposed to do next, because all I knew was TV shopping, and that was not really an opportunity. And 2 weeks after I prayed this prayer, Melissa called like an angel and told us about the coffee. Now, the reason that we jumped because it was Melissa, because Melissa had mentored us in another company, and she felt the same way we did. She said, "I want the team to win." So this success here is because Melissa mentored us, Peter and I, to win here. So what we have is fabulous mentorship, incredible product, and living examples. We're just a living example, because it's not what I wanted to do, but when she said she was going to the coffee, it was an absolute, we were going to. It was complete trust in her, but it was also, I really believe, and so does Peter, and Melissa knows the story so well, and our story is many, many layers. But this piece of it was completely divine intervention, because I prayed, and then Melissa shows up with the coffee. So here we are, 18 months later, we can afford to live here comfortably. We've retired about $50,000 worth of debt just from the coffee company, right? Just from the coffee company. So our story, it's big. Melissa, I thank you forever and ever. And we feel like family now, which is great. The other piece is, had I stayed in the industry I thought I was supposed to be in, there was no way I could have continued to do that, because I have to be home for my son. He's 19, he has special needs, and he needs mama 24/7. how would I have done anything else? So tell me that's not God's hand all over this, right? So that's our story for now. It keeps evolving. Anything we can do for you to help your belief, to help you understand that we are just the steps that we're following in Melissa's footsteps. And you can do the same thing. I love you, Melissa. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
I love you so much. Love you so much, girl. Can you touch a little bit on, because your story is so amazing and it's like so big. And it just grows all the time and it's becoming bigger and more incredible, every piece of it. Can you touch a little bit on, some of the lessons you learned in the beginning, right? I remember when we were just starting out, oh my goodness, we were just trying to figure this out. And I mean, whatever comes to mind that you feel would be beneficial, just so people know, like, it's not been all sunshine and rainbows when you got started. It was, trying different things and going back to the system and things like that. If you wouldn't mind sharing on some of that.
Do I have to? Because the one that comes to mind, I don't want to share.
That's probably the one you're meant to.
Oh my gosh, but see, you were learning too, because everything you learned,
yes,
you would turn around and say, okay, go do this. Well, it was like 3 months in and we stalled at platinum and we were going for diamond. And you said, okay, let's go over this. So we go over it and you asked me a question about the script. You were walking through the script. I'm like, well, this is going to be a piece of cake. And we got to the part where you say, is this something you're ready to get started on? Is this something you're ready to get started on for yourself? And I wasn't doing that. I was doing something else. I was creating and crafting my own part. I'm clever enough to do that, right? Oh, not a good idea. You said, that's it right there. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Melissa, seriously, come on. There's so many ways to close. I've been in sales 30 years plus. So okay, fine. I never said no to doing what you told me to do. I may have given you a hard time so I could at least get it into my, thick head. And that day or that night, I did the exact script with one person, not 10 or 2, one, all the way through, and got a customer. And guess what? It worked after that. And after that, I don't always get a customer from that, but more than not, I do. That one piece got us to diamond, and then black diamond, and then royal black diamond. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. And thank you for sharing that, and it is hard to share that stuff. We were all trying to figure it out. I was a hot mess, but I was like, I think this works. Try it. I think this works. Try it. And that's the magic of, now it's tested, true, and proven, and we got it. Like, we know. But thank you for being willing to be vulnerable and just share that, because
my pleasure.
It's
pleasure. It's the mentorship piece. Like, you're very giving of your time, and that's what you teach, and we do the same thing. That duplication piece, that might sound like, oh yeah, that's just something. No, that's like real. We really should be doing that. And you do spend so much time with us. I don't know how you do what you do with all of us, but yeah, just stay close to your sponsor, stay close to the fire. Things heat up when you do. And then you can, manifest your dream, make a dream board, write it down, make a goal with a date, and stay close to your sponsor. Melissa, you're with us every month. You hold our hands through this. Even though we've been doing this for 18 months, we still reach out. We're still learning, because we learn as we grow. Every level we've learned something else, and we're learning a lot. I should speak for myself. My husband is very bright. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm a little bit slower than him in that arena. I'm very impulsive, and things have to feel a certain way. But I'm learning to be authentically who I am and speak the truth, make my message more clear. That's something I want to do that you do so well. And just help people get there. Now we could just sit here and go, this was a fun ride. Now we're all good. We're all set. But now we're really, really driven, Melissa, to help other people experience this. Like, write down what you want. Go crazy, right? Go crazy with whatever you want, and then build to it.
That's exactly it. Thank you so much, Carmela. And a big part, I think, too, we started this whole thing together, and we really just dug in and figured this out together. And I'm so thankful for that, because you guys are family now do you want to touch a tiny bit, and then we'll pass it to the others who are waiting. Thank you guys for being so patient. But do you want to touch on too, like what some of that sacrifice looked like, and how you attached, like what made you willing to sacrifice and spend so much time digging in and having those late nights and working super, super hard until it was like the final minute and the next month started. But also, There's value in this too. Like you didn't wait until the end of the month to go crazy with it. You were like starting the month going crazy with it from day one. Do you want to touch a little bit on that too?
Well, I want to say this sounds really simple and timing is great. Have a seat. We're on with Melissa and gang. There's no reason to go slow. Here's the smart one.
Yeah.
There's no to go slow, but I'll put it to you this way. We had a lifestyle of lots of money and everything you could possibly need. Everything was wonderful, and then we lost it all. In order to get that back, we needed a really big hit. And guess what? It wasn't happening. Year goes by, year and a half, 2, almost 3 years, more than that goes by, and we still haven't had the big hit. Where's it coming from? So we jump in with you and Nancy and Enrique, and we start building this business, and we see and feel, and I'm kind of a startup junkie, so I like that it's new, and we just went for it. People were like, yeah, I'll have a sample. And the next person, yeah, I'll have a sample. I want to try it. What is it? Happy coffee. What's that thing you're posting? Oh my gosh, you've lost so much weight. Wow, you look great. Chloe. Everybody, we started giving out lots and lots, an average of 40 samples at least a month, 40 different people, samples, and started to see their reaction, and that fueled our fire. We just went. It was sloppy. My notebook was sloppy. Follow-up was great, though. I was always good about that because I wanted to hear what they had to say. And we kept going because we saw results. Another customer, another customer, another customer. Oh, somebody wants to be in the business with us. Well, let's go help them. How do we do that? And then just ran at that pace. It was exciting. We replaced that income that I was stressing over. We replaced it in, what is the actual amount of time? Was it 3 months? 4 months. Yep. In 4 months, that blew my mind, right? And now to see our team having that success, the extra $500 to $1,000 or more a month, that fuels our fire. So what kept us going? Those customer stories, people's reaction, and the fact that you could tell us what the next step was. I would call and say, I'm not sure what I'm doing today. Or I would text you and you'd say, okay, well, I have time at, let's chat. And you would figure out what I was missing and you would tell me what the next step was. So I'm really hanging on this mentorship piece because when you have it and you apply it without question and you see results, you know you can keep going. Next level, next level, next level. And the money, I think money is a really good thing. We can do so much more. And we are now mentally free of that financial stress, you guys, to really help people. To not be about trying to make ends meet for the month, to really go help other people. So thank you, Jesus, for that blessing that we don't have to sweat that one every month.
It's amazing. The things I think about, number one, is the customers who recommend it to other customers. We say, you know, do you want to, you can make some money at this. Some say, yeah, I'm in. And then others say, no, I just want to recommend it. I mean, that's what a powerful product we have, is that customers recommend it to people and a lot of them don't even want to make any money from it. I mean, it's just, you know, it's such a pure form of word of mouth advertising, so to speak. And then the other thing about Carmela and the stress, I brought my son-in-law into my business, my other business, my karate business a couple of years ago. And as he's been growing into it, and as he's done that, you know, there's always the stress in my mind, okay, now I've got to replace not only my own income, but his, you know, to pay him and all that. And this year, you know, I'm just saying go. And, you know, I'm still involved, I'm still running it and all that. But the fact is that, you know what, because of this coffee business, I'm not sweating on if I'm going to make enough money out of that business to support us. All I got to do is say, you know what, it's a cash flowing asset and it's going to produce. And this is amazing. Coffee is amazing. So.
Thank you so much, you guys, for sharing. Your story is absolutely incredible, what you guys have done. And the coolest thing is all along, you've been extremely humble, been extremely coachable. You've been super positive, super grateful. And, you know, that stuff really matters. And I know that that's been a big piece of, you know, where you're at as well. And I just want to say thank you. And I love you guys. And thank you for sharing.
You too. Thank you. And one more thing, you can fit it in the cracks of your life, right?
Yes, you can.
We have a son who is loving and wonderful, and we involved him. He's been on coffee chats. He's been on the team calls, and he gets excited. He'll count down the points of the days. We'll get him involved, right, as much as we possibly can. But sometimes we can't pour in 8 hours a day, but we break it up and do what we can. Seems like we're always focused on the business because there are lots of people to help. And when people engage with us, we want to help them more. So reach out to your sponsor, drive them crazy. Thank you for letting us drive you crazy.
Oh my gosh, no way. I'm happy when people, you know, when you add somebody into your business and they're asking a lot of questions, you're like, okay, good sign. They want to go with this. Cool. Let's go. So thank you guys so much.
Welcome.
Of course. Okay. So we have Todd and Lauren Buckman who are hanging out in the pool right now. We're all a little jealous.
There you go.
Okay, we're no longer in the pool. It was freezing and it's dark, and we're in Florida, so nobody would have been able to see us. So I walked in and I'm bundled up like a little girl, you know, in her dad's blanket. But my story kind of starts, I used to be a chiropractor, and I realized that was never going to get me to my dreams. I had big, big dreams, but I just kind of realized that was not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Well, what do people expect of me? People expected me to be that doctor, and I was tired of being that doctor. I was exhausted. I was begging for my paychecks. The insurance companies paid less and less every year. I watched my colleagues retiring on disability, if they were even able to retire. To this day, I see a lot of my coworkers or colleagues that are in their 70s still practicing. I'm pretty sure that's not their dream after going to college for 9 years and $300,000 in student loan debt. So I thought I'll re-career. So I go ahead and I do that, and I think, let's try this 9-to-5 thing. And I learned that I'm not employable. I don't fall into that category. People want to know, why aren't you a doctor? Well, because that's not what it's all that it's cracked up to be. And that wasn't where my life, where I wanted it to go. So by the time I left that job, I took a leap of faith. Todd kind of retired me from a place where I was crying every day and depressed and had anxiety. I cried every day on the way in. At lunch, I'd find a corner or a closet to go cry in. On the way home, I mean, just Sunday by 2 o'clock, I was done. Todd retired me and gave me the ability to do this industry full time. Now, prior to this, I had one flop in network marketing, and I swore I would never do it again. Never going to touch it again. He says, oh, we're going to a meeting. And I'm like, oh, crap. We're going to a meeting. I know what this means. So we go to a meeting, and after about the third time going to a meeting, I decide, okay, yeah, I'm all in. I'm behind it. I know the science behind it. It's this and this and this technology. And I jump in, and I jumped in hard for a year. At the end of that year and halfway through the year, I'm crying. Why isn't this working? I'm doing the things that they're telling me to do, and it's not working. What's wrong with me? What am I doing that's not right? And I jump over. He comes home one day after actually gone out on the boat with some friends, the Bennetts, and they weren't really, they were giving us the script, basically. And Todd has already ordered the coffee. He has already joined the business. I don't drink coffee. So I look at him and I'm like, seriously, dear, I don't even drink coffee. And we're going to do this. And then it all of a sudden it hit me. Number 2 beverage in the world is coffee. I'm the weirdo. So I realized I need to put my weirdo aside and realize at the time when we jumped in, we had coffee and we had cocoa, and that was it. And my buy-in wasn't there, and we went to the convention last October. And that was when we really jumped in and started. We met Melissa, we saw the hearts of the people in the company. I'd been using the product, had already been losing the weight, had seen the results, because my entire life, anxiety and depression has always lurked around the corner. It's always been there. I've had suicidal thoughts off and on my entire life. Those are gone. Those are gone because of what this did. And by Christmas, our first month's check, we had made $500. Our second month check, we doubled it. Our third month check, we tripled it. By the time you added that up, in the first 3 months in this business, we made more than what we made in the entire year with the other company. I remember when I talked to Melissa and she asked me what my goals were, and I kind of went with the meager, well, $3,000 a month. And I laugh at that now, but I think that was because I was afraid that it wasn't possible and I didn't want to let myself down. But as of that moment, and as of one of those amazing texts that I saved somebody else's life who was feeling that way that I was, I decided that I am absolutely, it is my job, it is my duty to share this with people, to help other people, that when I don't, I am looking at them and they are drowning and I'm shoving their heads underwater. And I know what that feels like. We have nonstop grown. We are so blessed. My income from my other 9-to-5 job, we replaced that in month 3. I wasn't making much, but we replaced that in month 3. We've replaced that every month. And what it's doing for us beyond that, I mean, I just cannot tell you how amazing it feels to not have to go back to that 9-to-5. I never want to see that again. And I am so, so grateful. This place here, this support here, everything about it. And this recent, I've been watching my numbers. I'm a number geek. And this month we are going and buying our dream boat. So that's what this is doing for us is Todd can pay the bills. What I make with this is our retirement. It's our investments. It's our get out of debt. It is our fun money. And we get to travel and we get to go buy a boat. So the reason we wanted this boat was because our last one only fit 2 people. This one fits our team. This one fits 6 people, so we can take our team out. We can take people out, and whether they're our team, lateral team, people in California that need a getaway, that need to get the heck out of town. We have room in our house for your entire family with your own apartment downstairs and bathroom. We have a pool out back that you guys saw, and now we have a boat that we can take a team of 6 out on. So come see us. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. Thank you to this business. We're just grateful.
I love it so much. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I appreciate you guys. Absolutely amazing story. You guys, they're the most intentional, fired up, consistent people. And that's the key. You know, sometimes people are like, I feel like I'm doing all the things. What's going on? But sometimes people are lacking the intention. Okay. And like, it's very easy to get into the robotic, like, okay, I put a post up. Okay, I got stories up. And then you just kind of hands off. Right. I think that a lot of people fall into that. And one thing I can say about the Buckmans and many others is that there's an intentional piece to everything that they do. And I know that a big part of that is, who am I going to help today? There is an intention of helping somebody today and every day. And so I just wanted to add that piece. And I know that that's been a big part of your business too. Thank you guys so much for sharing.
Oh, 1 second, real quick.
Yeah.
Nancy Willette, yes, you can fish on our boat. Our boat is specifically made for fishing, but it accommodates family fun and sandbar time too. So yes, we got you both covered. And do the things. All we did was follow the script, put up a post, do the things exactly to a T. And if it's not working, screenshot it, send it to your sponsor. They're there to help. They have helped us. Every time I have a problem, I reach out to Jennifer, I reach out to Melissa, I reach out to our sidelines, to, you know, so many people. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
We love you guys. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing so much. All right, Gabrielle, if you want to share, thank you so much, girl.
Hey guys, holy mackerel, what a call. I've like laughed, I've cried. I mean, Nancy, everything that you shared about samples, I sent you a message after that because, girlfriend, that was just like pure fire and magic and just gold and all, so many things that I don't even have words for. So thank you. Those of you guys who have not been in network marketing before, I feel like we say this all the time, but I'm just going to beat a dead horse because you don't get this anywhere else. You don't have sidelines sharing tips with you. It just doesn't happen. And what we have here is magic. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit about what I noticed, something I did yesterday that I was kind of like, bing, light bulb moment. And it took me to where I'm at now to realize it. I shared a post talking about why I got into this industry in the first place. And you guys, it was for $500 a month. That's what my family needed. I knew that that would help. And I know that there are lots of you there, or maybe not even quite there yet. And you're thinking to yourself, I can't share my story yet. I can't share what this has done for me. It's not big enough. It's not powerful enough. And I want to tell you right now that that is so, so wrong. So, so wrong. There are so many people out there who are struggling to pay an electricity bill, go out to dinner, pay the rent, or, you know, buy the extra toys at the store for their kids when they want to and they feel like they can't. That $500, sometimes even less. Order a pizza, Misty. Yes, so many people think to themselves, I can't order a pizza. My kids want a pizza night and I can't. Those are the stories that are going to touch people. Those are the stories that are going to reach people. Once you get to a certain point in your business, people start to look at you and think like, okay, that's completely unattainable what she's created. And it almost becomes like a fantasy rather than a reality. And the reality of what we have here is so big. We are changing lives in major ways. That gas bill, that house payment, that car payment, the extra thing that you go buy at the store, those are worthwhile things to share. Those are going to resonate with so many people, and they're going to speak to people in a way that matters. Of course, all my children just came and gathered around me right now, such is life. But I wanted to share that because I remember I wrote Melissa a message. I was silver pushing for gold, and I really, really, really wanted it. And she's like, get bold and brave and share your story. I'm like, nobody cares about my 5,000 in volume. Nobody cares. And I remember her saying, do you know how many people in this industry will never do that or never get close to that or even get close to star or bronze? There are so many people in this industry who never have one single sale. Straight up, like a couple customers your first month, that is a huge, huge, huge story to share, and it will hit someone, and people need to read that, and we need to get more brave and bold in how to share that. And today with our team, I'm going to share something that I shared with them in a chat of how to do that, because I feel like a lot of people think, I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast and say how much money I made. That feels salesy and awkward and weird to me. I don't know how to do that. So I gave our team a little template of a post to use, and I'm happy to share this in the chat afterwards if anybody wants it. But what that looked like was this: a photo of yourself with maybe something that you bought, and if it's not something tangible that you can take a photo of, it's, you know, you smiling and you're happy and you're proud. And this was the post. I've been sharing happiness, health, and magic in a cup, and because of that, I was able to, and insert a detail of what you were able to do. You were able to pay a vet bill. Misty, I loved your story, paying for the pup. So amazing. Paying a big vet bill. Corynne's story, you know, paying for family dinners without having to worry about it. Something that people are going to think, I was there, that's relatable. A detail, not just, I made some extra money, a detail of what it did for you. So I've been sharing happiness, health, and magic in a cup. And because of that, I was able to blank. What could be better? I'm sharing hope, helping people, and able to contribute to our family in a big way. So simple, so duplicatable, so much fun. Thankful doesn't even begin to cover how I feel, and this is just the beginning, right? That's gonna touch people. It talks about our simple system. It gives a tangible thing of what you were able to do. It shares the success that you're having, because people also wanna go on this journey with you. They don't wanna start to chime in when suddenly you've built this huge successful business, because they want to rise with you. They want to see it with you. They want to go on that journey with you. So share the little wins. This is something Nancy and Enrique did too, which was so powerful, because I don't know if you guys follow Nancy and Enrique, but Enrique is so good at this. He takes his story followers on his story, on his journey, from the time that we had a different rank in the beginning, but from the time they hit that first rank to where they are today. And it's a powerful story to watch. So if you're not documenting that, you're really missing out. People want to see that, and they want to go on that journey with you. So don't wait. Don't wait to arrive. Don't wait to feel like you've made it. Share what you have accomplished so far, because there is so much power in that. And that's what I have for you guys tonight. Thank you everyone who shared. It was so powerful and so incredible. Y'all are just amazing, amazing humans, and I'm so blessed to know you all.
Thank you so much, Gabby. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sharing that in the chat, I know everybody wants it. That was so, so good. I appreciate you for sharing that. It's so truthful. It's just those little details, you guys, those little things that it's so easy to just like completely overlook. Those are the details that matter the most to our people who need those things, right? So thank you so much, Gabby. Josh Quintero, I see you on. Your story has been absolutely incredible. I hope you're still on and able to share, and then we will wrap it up.
Oh, absolutely. So sorry. I was on earlier when Nancy was talking, and then I got a phone call, as such is life, and it was my aunt who joined our team out in Virginia. So I couldn't believe it. It was the truth serum. It works, right? Gabby has been one-off challenging me on some things, bold individual, I would say majority of my life, but we all have our own insecurities, and mine pops up every now and again in a social environment. I've spoken in front of 20,000 people at a conference, and I still get stage fright posting something on Facebook. But I went live. I went with Dad today, and I tried to make it like a Tuesday habit since we can get out now. And we shared a little bit of tea. And next thing I know, my aunt calls me. She says, you've been talking about this for a while. You got brave, and I'm in. I want to know all about it. So shared the simplicity, the ability to duplicate, replicate, and you're just sharing stories.
Oh, Josh, I think we're losing you a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going through a horrific part of Benicia in the North Bay, but hopefully I'm back now.
It sounds like you're good again.
Okay, perfect. But working for Walt Disney Company 5 years as a DM, they taught us to be storytellers, right? And it was meeting the guests at where they are at in the story, where they're at in their knowledge of like a Peter Pan. We're kind of the same. We're sharing our story. We're talking about a cup of coffee and what it's done and the happiness. And Gabby posts 1,000 things before I reached out and said, hey, what's this about? And shame on me, one. But two, it was about patience. A father of two little queens and a husband of just an amazing woman. I wanted to be better for them. Damn it, they deserved it. And it was just so incredible talking to Gabby, hearing the story, getting the product, and then holy smokes, I'm smiling more, I'm laughing more, I'm getting on the ground with my girls, we're goofing off, we're dancing in the street to music. It's like, emotional because I love them and I needed to be there for them. So, and now I'm building a team around me, and these people are making other people happy, and it's just simple. And I get to be on calls every morning when I'm done with my safety call from my 9 to 5, and be with just amazing spirits and souls, and it fuels me every single day. I am so grateful that I found this place, and you guys are the best. And I'm getting too emotional, but anywho, yes, we hit silver the second time through. I'm shooting for gold. Damn it, I'm going to get it in 10 days because that's my own internal goal. And I thank you guys so much. And thanks for letting me be a little emotional tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for sharing, Josh. You're amazing. Like, seriously, you're amazing. You've been so coachable from day one. I remember your welcome call, and just so kind and so positive and just so coachable. And I'm really proud of you. You've stayed really consistent, and you're doing it. And you're not only doing it, you're teaching your team to do it as well. And we're honored we get to work with you, Josh. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you. Awesome, you guys. Wow, what an amazing call. Getting to hear other people's stories, that's the stuff that fuels my fire, you guys. It just makes me feel like, okay, if others can do it, it is possible for me, right? That was my thought when I first got started with this business, and it's possible for every single one of you. Just be intentional, just dig in, just stay positive, and ask for the help. But again, you guys, we have more than half of the month left. Please dive in and treat it as if it's the last day of the month, but start today. You know, send out that message today, write up that post today. Even if you do it tomorrow, you post it tomorrow, write it up today. That, you know, make sure you grab what Gabrielle shared in that chat right there. That is your post for tomorrow. You know, save it in the notes on your phone and fill in the blanks and fill in your story and those pieces of your story. Take that photo or pick one from your photo album and post that first thing in the morning. And when you post that, please share it with your team chat and let everybody know in that chat so that it can be supported fully. And we want to see your stories anyways. So again, thank you for everyone who shared. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys so much. This recording will be uploaded probably tomorrow. I'm going to have to do it from my computer, and we will be back home tomorrow. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye, Melissa.
Of course. Thank you, Nancy. So amazing, girl.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks, girl. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you. Bye.